Hey everybody. Welcome to our podcast. We're calling it Another Anime Club for the time being. My name's Jay.
I'm
Um,
Fernando.
that's Fernando. And we're both just starting this podcast because we're both like, we just talk about nerd shit all the time. We just talk about whatever the heck's going on in the industry all the time. Why don't we just record it and shoot the shit for an hour or so every once in a while? So that's what this is going to be. Um, but I guess since this is our first preliminary episode, it's gonna start off with little icebreakers, to get used to us and getting to know like who we are as you guys listen in on our daily stuff. Um, I can start unless you want to start. Uh, Basically,
Um,
like how we started watching anime, like what we were doing, like in our early like anime life, all the little like cringe stuff we used to watch and enjoy.
I'd say you go first and I'll follow.
Okay. Well, I feel like I started out with anime, how a lot of kids started out watching anime in the early 2000s, which was they saw it on Toonami, or just like late night Adult Swim, and you're just like, what's that? What's that? And I remember I saw, because I used to hate blood as a kid, so I saw Full Metal Alchemist, and
Oh, and that is a
yeah,
good amount of blood, yeah.
yeah, and like I know what episode it was. It was the episode where I think Ed is fighting the church pastor,
Oh
and
yeah.
they just go into a fight for a bit. And I think that fight, looking back now, has very little blood, but
But
at
as
the
a kid,
time,
it blew your mind.
yeah, at the time you're a kid, you see some little bit of blood on the screen, you're just like, oh, that's so scary. Anyway, I thought, but in the
This
back of
is
my
the
mind,
craziest thing
my
I've
other my other
seen.
kid brain was like, oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, no. Uh,
Um, and then it just kind of I was scared. My first impression of anime I was scared of it. Um, but then essentially we got like a family laptop. I was just watching YouTube videos, and then I saw like uh, typical like Naruto AMV edits.
the
Uh,
AMV edits.
AMV
I
edits
did not
of
know that. I didn't know you watched the AMV edits.
Oh, I watched AMV edits. Oh, actually, no. The worst part was, so I didn't start really watching anime until I was like 10 or 11. My first ever anime episode I finished to completion was episode like 24 of Detective Conan.
Oh.
It's 24 or 26. It was so weird because um it was our cable company had those on-demand episodes, and
Yeah.
that's when the Anime Network was on TV.
The Anime Network?
Yeah, um, it was a specific anime channel for like you know how Funimation had a channel, and
Funimation
then
had a channel?
yeah, Funimation had a channel
What?
on like on cable, but it was only for specific people.
I did not.
So
I
if you had like Spectrum, you or sorry, what was it before Spectrum? It was Warner.
Time
It
Warner
was
Cable,
Warner.
yeah.
Time Warner Cable. But if you had Time Warner Cable, it was the Anime Network. But if you had like FiOS or sorry like Verizon or Tubi or whatever, you had uh, Funimation. And then I
Oh.
think if you had like a different cable channel, it was something else, whatever. Um, but yeah, no, it was episode 24 or 26 of Detective Conan. It was a pretty early episode,
Mhm.
and the only reason I remember it as a kid is because it's literally the only episode with fan service in Detective Conan. It's like the only episode where the main love interests of uh I don't know his Japanese name because I watched all like 200 episodes of
Mhm.
the dub, and and it was when anime used to give the main characters American
Oh,
names.
they like do a
So
weird localization.
yeah, so in localization, his name is Jimmy Kudo.
Jimmy Kudo.
Yeah, so Jimmy Kudo's main love interest, Rachel. I do know her Japanese name. It's Ron, because it's not that much of a difference. But um, Ron gives Jimmy Kudo a bath, and it's the only time you ever like her boobs are like soaped up, but it's like it's soapy boobs, and I'm like
How
I'm
old were you
12.
saw this? Oh, 12? Yeah, no,
I
12-year-old? Fuck. No wonder
I
you are
was
the way
12. I
you
was like,
are.
what the fuck, soapy boobs?
God.
well, because I said Detective Conan, and I was like, I was a nerd, and I like Sherlock Holmes as a kid, so it was like, oh, detectives, I love detective stuff, and then I see boobs, I'm like, what? And that's yeah, and that's how I started anime, and then it didn't get better from there, because I think my next anime literally after that was it Baka and Test?
Oh my God.
It might have been Baka and Test as my like second anime.
Weren't you like 13 when it
If
came
it was
out?
on YouTube, it was a YouTube anime, so it was like Baka and Test. If it was Rosario plus Vampire, because that's when Funimation just uploaded their YouTube,
Yeah, they
their
uploaded a few episodes like
yeah,
back
their
then,
animes to
just
YouTube.
randomly. Yeah.
Yeah, free, and I'm like, oh, it's just a full episode, and then we got Netflix, um, and then after that, like that's when Netflix's anime was just all ecchi essentially. So it was
Yeah.
Sekirei, it was Witchblade, I think. I remember that, uh, and then like a couple Ghibli movies, which is a weird difference. But I remember high school, middle school age. That's when it was really bad. Cause it was a really bad anime fan when you start watching a bridge series. Ooh,
Oh, dude, I never got into. I
I
never
I
got into
got
a
into
bridge series.
so many abridges. I wanted to make one. I still want to make one
I was gonna
sometimes
say
because
we
it's
could
funny.
still make one.
Oh, we'll just make it a bridge. Well, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but the question is which one? Like what
Which one?
anime?
That's that. You know what? That's the answer.
Uh,
Uh,
I was gonna say you want to be really dumb. You want to do oh my god, it's a bridge series.
no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna expose the world to my child anime like that by abridging it of all things.
Like
Um,
it'd be funny though.
it'd be
It'd
funny.
be funny. Big. It'd be
Maybe,
fun.
maybe. But yeah, no, I watched a shit ton of abridged stuff. Like SAO Bridge, which was infinitely better than SAO. Uh, Infinite Stratos Abridge. I think I watched Sekirei Abridge. I think I watched a lot of abridged shows. Uh, Everyone watched like 50% off, even though I watched Free. When Free came out, yeah, I watched 50% off, and that was fun. Um, it's funny going back and watching some stuff, and like Urban High School Host Club, and you watch it and you're like, this feels like an abridged series,
It
which
does
is
feel like
funny.
an abridged series. Yeah. I still
And
love it,
then
but it does feel like one.
yeah, no, it's fucking great. There's still some stuff I have to go back and watch from that era though. I still need to watch Haruhi. Still need to watch that. I still need to watch
That's possibly. I think they're gonna announce something soon. If not an anime, I think it was just like we're getting another volume soon. Like after like 4 years.
Okay, that
It,
sounds good.
it was just completely unexpected. I didn't expect them to do that.
That's surprising me.
Yeah. Like out of all the news that we could have gotten, like this year, I did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of just old animes coming back.
Yeah, some of
Uh,
my favorites are coming back, which is weird.
yeah. Imagine my favorites are coming back. Oh,
And I've asked you this question, but would you want to see Oh My Goddess come back? Just like reanimated, basically.
yeah, I think I would. I think I would want Oh My Goddess to be reanimated. Probably more closer to the manga, because Keiichi has way more personality in the manga,
Yeah.
and it's like everyone's just kind of more mean, and I appreciate that. Um, but the reimagining of it in early 2000s was it was nicer. It was more sweeter. Um,
Yeah.
but also Keiichi looked more unique in the manga than he would in that anime.
Yeah.
Because
He
they did
looks a
his
bit
manga
different in
design
it.
in the last OVA, which was so weird. Because he looks a million times better.
Now
Um,
that I think about it, we never saw 2011, did we? The 2011 stuff.
Oh yeah.
But what's it called? We'll definitely watch it at some point. I want I want to see the cool stuff that happens later on. Like they don't do it too often in Oh My Goddess, but I like the just like random world building. Like, you finished it, right? The manga.
I think I stopped reading it for a bit because I was dealing with like job hunting, but
Oh yeah.
I think I got like halfway through it. But no, I know exactly what you mean by the world building and stuff.
Did you
Like,
get to the infinite room?
yeah,
So you know my favorite creatures that appear during that, right?
I don't remember it, but now that you're bringing it up, I'm probably gonna pop them up on screen or something.
It's the little funny dimensional whale.
Oh yeah, the
I
things we
love the
don't
dimensional
ever
whale.
see.
Yeah, because it's just like the one episode, and then like it's just they don't even fix it. It's just like, oh yeah, we goes by and it's fixed.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's funny they're in. I
but
think they're in the opening, but we don't ever see them in the anime.
are they in the opening?
I think so. I think she's
All right,
riding on a
put
whale or
it on
something.
screen if they're in the opening. If they're in the opening, put it on screen.
Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it. Um, but yeah, no, that's something maybe. Uh, Especially since the manga is finished, and especially
Yeah.
since I've been watching some anime recently, and then I go read the manga after the first episode, and like I've been seeing it more and more recently, and I kind of don't like it. Where like a lot of anime now, they're just like, hey, this manga with like 14 chapters, we're gonna give it an anime. Why?
Yeah, no, it feels like too short. It feels like, oh, we're gonna have to wait like, I don't know, like a fucking year to get another season or more.
And I'm just like, this is way too early. Um, Meanwhile, fucking the anime I made you watch, 100 Girlfriends. It wasn't until like till chapter 90 that they were like, oh yeah, we have an anime now, and I'm like, oh that's good, and then I kept reading, and by the time and because the anime came out, I watched it, and I'm like, oh I actually like this, and then I read the manga, and then I got to like chapter like 167 or whatever. No, it doesn't have that many chapters. It's like 110, 120 that it announces its second season. So it's getting a second season now, next year I think in the summer, if I remember.
Which seems about right. Yeah, no, it seems like a good time period in between, and like the amount of material they have.
Yeah,
It seems
which
like
is
a
gonna be
pretty good
so
amount.
funny because it actually does get worse. It's so funny. Like you get introduced
Like
to
funny worse, or just like it goes
the
downhill.
girlfriends get worse. Like you start to like them less, which
I
sucks.
already don't like some of them, even in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I had, like it took a while for them to grow on me.
Hmm. No,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Oof.
mm.
Some of these like and it's you notice it after one girlfriend in particular, and you're just like, oh, like this is a bad girlfriend for him to be with. Every girlfriend after that is either a girlfriend with like zero personality, nothing, or like you just don't like them and you hate them. And they have to come up with some like weird reason why everyone is
I was gonna
comfortable, why
say
everyone else likes them now. And I'm like,
I was gonna
oh, okay.
say it makes sense because how do you do that much development for a future 100 characters?
Yeah, and it's funny too. Another thing throughout the manga is like they constantly make the joke about the manga artist who's just like, yeah, it's like really hard because I think it's just like her and a couple of other people uh,
Makes sense.
drawing the
It sounds like a
manga, and she's
normal.
just like, yeah, I just
Yeah,
like drawing pretty girls, but still, it's still 100 girls,
100 girls. Yeah.
and she's getting exhausted with just 26 they're at now.
When it ends and there's like the 100 girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna look like those like Marvel and DC posters where they just have all like the heroes together, and like you could barely tell like some heroes that are like further in the back.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's gonna look like that.
no,
I guarantee you.
yeah, it's gonna be the Spider-Verse poster.
It's gonna be the Spider-Verse poster. Yeah, just fucking crowded with so many spider people.
But yeah, no. Whew. I think we're gonna get, because the teaser you showed me, I think we are gonna get introduced to the bad girlfriend next season. I think that's gonna be the main tense plot for that season, which is gonna be so weird. That's gonna make a lot of people drop the manga. I'm gonna be honest, because it breaks
I
two.
wonder.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is the only thing I'll say. It breaks two taboos in once.
What what are they? And should we do like a little spoiler warning
Should we do a little spoiler
for anyone
warning?
reading? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I could. There are little chapters in the YouTube thing now. Okay, I'll do it. It breaks the two taboos are, it breaks, incest, and it breaks, basically underage, because they're like
Oh
12,
my.
13.
Wait. Is it the sister?
No, it's the
say-
cousin. Oh,
Bro, a random cousin? Bro. God, the god at the beginning that basically cursed him with that evil, that like one of the people you have to fall in love with or they'll die is your cousin.
yeah.
That's ugh. Thanks a lot, author. What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Uh,
But yeah, no. Phew. Yeah, no. It's a bit of a, I'm just like, once you get introduced to them, it's bad from that point on. A significant nosedive in quality, which sucks.
yeah, that does suck.
Mm. But yeah, going back, we just went on a tangent for all of my stuff and all the stuff that like I got into. Now let's easy transitions. Transitions aren't easy. This is what we get used to in the first episode. Let's start with your like early anime life.
Oh man, it's so funny because whenever you and our friends talk about like your lives on the internet and growing up with like random shows like Kappa Mikey and stuff like that, I'm like the opposite. I just watched like Cartoon Network. I didn't have the internet until I was like 14 maybe. I had it like a little bit when I was like, yeah, I want to say the earliest I had it maybe was 12, because the first exposure on the internet I ever got was Lego zombie videos.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Eventually I got to a point where like I was just randomly on YouTube and I saw like someone talking about Attack on Titan. They like quickly referenced Attack on Titan and they show the intro. I'm like, oh, it looks pretty cool. I wonder what this is. I look it up and just see, where's it available on? It's available on Netflix. I watch it and I instantly like really liked the series.
That's
And it's weird because like it's bloody and like I didn't like blood back then at all. I was like the same as you, but I'm like that like this is really cool. Like this is like a really cool show. It's full of action and like I'm interested in the world. And this is back when they only had the first season.
that's crazy.
What?
First anime is fucking Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I've told you this.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Attack on Titan was my first anime. Yeah. You remember my second anime?
Is it Monster Musume?
No.
What is it?
I wasn't into Monster Musume. I'll say how I got into that, but because when a series ends, Netflix randomly recommends one. And it's like you said, they had a lot of random, just like edgy shows back then.
Mm-hmm.
it recommended Heaven's Lost Property.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, it's an anime just like Attack on Titan. It's going to be super action filled. Boobs.
Boobs.
Just boobs.
Breasts.
There's some action, but it's mostly boobs. But I liked it, though, because, like, some of the stuff was funny to me. Like, I was, like 14, 13
Yeah,
at the time.
of course.
Like, it was funny to me. Like, and I'm like, boobs!
Yeah.
The third ever anime I got into was... It's a weird transition to. It was Vampire Knight. Because the reason is I had a cousin visiting from Washington at the time.
Oh, no.
And she was watching Vampire Knight in the living room. Because I told her, like, oh, I like Attack on Titan. It's like, oh, you like anime? Like, you want to watch this one? I'm like, sure. And I'm like, this is, like, weirdly, like, just melodramatic, but I got, like, absorbed into it, and I continued watching it until the second season ended. And then Netflix recommended me another ecchi anime. It recommended me Bigata HK, which is about a high school girl named Yamada trying to have sex with 100 different guys.
It's 100 girlfriends, but sleazier?
No, it's the fact is she sucks at relationships. She's never been in a relationship. She's never kissed a dude. She's never held a dude's hand. So she doesn't even know where to start. So she finds like this plain, normal looking dude named, I think his name's like Kosuke? I don't remember. And like she tries to get with him basically.
Got to H.
And, like she slowly starts to like him, but it's just like following that essentially. And it was funny to me, so I kept watching it, and there's boobs, so but it's time to address the big one, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I am the way I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Monster Musume.
The reason why we even became friends.
The reason we became friends. It's crazy.
Crazy. Such a weird connection.
Mm-hmm. So, the way I got into Monster Musume was I liked reading just random little books. And I was looking for, like, a book I found in school, but they, like, lost, essentially, when I wanted to check it out. And my mom's like, oh, there's a Barnes & Noble, like, nearby. Like, why don't we go? I'm like, what's that? It's like, oh, it's a big bookstore. It has 2 stories. I'm like, 2-story big bookstore? Let's go. And I saw that they had a manga section, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Naruto, Bleach. I'm like, and then, like, out of the corner of my eye, I see something with the title Monster. And I've always liked monsters, so I'm interested. And it's called Monster Musume. And just by the cover, it's just Mia.
Yeah.
Like, on the cover. So I'm like, oh, whatever. It really looks fine. I want to buy it. The only thing that, like, threw me off was, like, why is this book wrapped in plastic? And then I get home, and the second page is Mia with her boobs out. I'm like, this is something else. This is something else.
You didn't have to get close for that, but okay.
I moved it just so it sounds better, okay? Don't worry. And I immediately loved the series because it's essentially took something that, like, I really loved and just, like, put an anime spin on it. And especially, like, those early chapters, the author really liked explaining how, like, the world works to a degree. And, like, he did, like, the things where, like, oh, here's, like, different, like, subspecies of, like, Lamia and Harpies and, like, Centaurs. And I really liked that. I wish he, like, did more of, like, the detailed stuff still. He doesn't really do that much anymore, but, and then the anime came out in 2015, and after I came back from Mexico, I was depressed for 2 weeks in Mexico, and then I came back to that, and it was great. It was amazing. And I always tell this. I don't know if you remember it, but when I got into high school, I was at a third grade reading level because I didn't read much. And around that time is when I started reading Monster Musume. So at the end of my freshman year, when they retested me, it's like, oh, you're at reading level now. Like, what did you do? I'm like, oh, I read comic books. They don't know that I read Monster Musume to catch up to reading level, Jay. They don't know.
It made you more literate.
It made me more literate, and now, like, I think I've had, like, I've poisoned my brain with alcohol, and I'm not good at talking much anymore. I stutter a lot. But yeah, that's like those are like the main ways I got into anime. Ever since, like, I've read manga, like, and just like watched anime here and there, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun just watching a lot of series now, especially like the older series, like Urusei Yatsura. That's still one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Trying
no.
to,
Oh.
What's up?
You got silent. I thought it was.
No, that's my bad. I should have like said something.
Okay.
Like, you wanna transition, another transition moment. Oh god.
Another transition moment. Speaking of Urusei Yatsura and fuck, what's the lady's name?
Rumiko.
Rumiko's work. Ranma One Half, set to release October 4th.
Man, I didn't even know it was that close.
Yeah,
Fuck.
October 4th. And then we're also getting Dandadan September 28th, as well.
I'm excited for that one.
As well as SAO Gun Gale Online Season 2, October 10th. So it's going to be a very scary fucking Halloween this year.
It's gonna be scary, man. Like,
Oh, I'm
no
gonna be
horror
terrified.
anime
And
coming out.
ReZero Season 3. Oh, I'm gonna shiver me timbers.
Oh no.
Shiver me
Sure me
timbers.
timbers. Oh god.
But three of those anime actually fall under the leaked anime list recently.
Oh yeah, Dandadan was leaked.
The first
I forgot
6
about
episodes.
that. 6 episodes.
Terminator
6
Zero,
full episodes.
Zero, the
Holy
whole
shit.
anime got leaked. Ranma One Half, Mononoke the movie, Phantom in the Rain, and ReZero Season 3, the first episode, which is 90 minutes, got leaked.
Oh my god! I didn't realize so much stuff got leaked. Wait, how'd these get leaked?
So, for Terminator, Dandadan, Ranma, and I think Mononoke the movie?
I didn't even know Terminator got leaked, because didn't it just drop like yesterday?
Yeah, but it got leaked before, like,
I didn't even know
like
that.
2 weeks before it got leaked.
'Cause I'm not gonna lie, I barely heard about it yesterday.
Yeah. The reason why it got leaked was because people were already hacking Netflix, which is kind of shitty, because hackers kind of realized, oh, hey, like, once you get through the initial firewall that Netflix has as a front, once you get back there is no security. That's why it was so easy. So literally the episodes, because when the way Netflix has their stuff, when the anime's ready, they just put it on their back servers and they just leave it there.
Oh no.
So all of that was just there, back there, getting ready. And people would be like, oh, why do they even do that and stuff like that. Well, there is reasons for doing that. Like, you have to keep it back there, and then you look at it through streaming and through testing to see if it's streaming properly. You have to do all the subtitles and everything, make sure that's syncing up properly. There's a lot that goes into it. But also the fact that once you get through the initial security breach, of Netflix that tells Netflix security, hey, someone's looking through your shit. The fact that there's nothing after that protecting the media individually is weird.
That
The
is
fact that there's no
weird.
watermark like placed like directly over the episodes, nothing of the sorts. Like really?
It's especially weird with like how much Netflix just likes making money.
Yeah,
Like,
that they don't spend
oh, you
any
have
of
to
it on
do,
security. Yeah.
yeah, like, oh, you have to do password sharing now. You, like, what, you want to have your friends use your account? No,
Hmm.
no. What, put money in security? No, we're not going to do that. Why would we do that? No, it doesn't make any sense. It's weird because if a whole series gets leaked before it comes out, why are people going to watch it on Netflix? It doesn't make any sense. Like, wouldn't you want to keep it safe so they would have to, like, or at least, like, a portion of people would still go to Netflix to watch it?
Hmm. Yeah. No.
Like, I don't know. It's just a weird business move to me. Like, why would you not protect something that you helped produce
It's
and
just
put
money.
money into?
At the end of the day, it's because putting money towards security doesn't give them money. So why the fuck should they ever pay attention to that shit? Um, a couple of other animes that got hit. Konosuba season 3. Uh,
Oh, they got leaked.
yeah. And, another one was As a Reincarnated Aristocrat got leaked. Whatever that. Whoever was
Excuse me.
waiting for that.
What did you just say to me?
As a Reincarnated Aristocrat.
I want to look that up now just to see
I'll
what it's
look it up.
about.
I'll send you the.
All right, yeah. When you get a chance, just send that to me. I need to see what the hell this is. That's a lot. That title fucked me up.
It is this. It's probably it's just another isekai, but it's
Oh,
part of the
so
leak list, and it's part of what news sites are reporting. Uh,
oh. Hmm. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my apostle skills to rise in the new world. It's a lot. That's a lot for no good reason. Oh, I know why they do long titles, but it's still weird. Oh no, Jay's gonna get.
Sorry, I had
What
to
happened?
talk to something. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, no, yeah, all those leaks, unfortunately, uh, are online, in a very shitty quality, from what I've been hearing. I haven't looked at any of them. But
Oh yeah, no, I saw because I thought Don to Don just like dropped. I thought because I didn't see the release date. I thought it came out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch Don to Don,
Mhm.
and it would. I noticed like at the top left there was like a timer of like how long it's been going for, and like there was just like some like random numbers on the screen. That probably means something in video recording, but to me who knows nothing about it meant nothing. Um, so I'm like, oh, this is not this is leaked, and I'm like, it's also shitty quality, so I'm just gonna wait until it comes out. Like, I'm interested, but like I haven't read the manga, so like I'm not like people who've been waiting for it to come out. For me, it's just like, oh, people are talking about it. It has an interesting premise. I want to watch it.
Yeah. But other than that, news. If I'm gonna redo that line. Sorry. But yeah, no. Other than that news, if you thought the Transformers movie is the only thing that you're getting if you're a Transformers fan. Trigger just released a teaser trailer for a Transformers anime that they're making for Transformers 40th anniversary. So, I guess now that we have the Transformers movie, we have a Transformers game in the work, and now we have a Transformers anime that they're really pushing hard towards. I'm happy for it. I'm a Transformers fan. I'm happy we're getting more of it. 'Cause it's just good.
I'm not the biggest Transformer fan. I think one of the few Transformer things I've seen is the movie from the 80s, because Ivan made me go watch it with him.
That's fair.
Well, even at, like, he's like, oh yeah, it's the one where, like, they all die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I'll go watch that, let's go. But yeah, no, like, there were the movies pretty much, like, when I was younger, but, like, I've never been, like, super into it. But, I mean, I've noticed something, like, is Trigger just, like, the studio that companies will go to make stuff now? Because they're doing this, the Transformer one. They did Edge Runners, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did the new Terminator one, didn't they?
Did they? I don't know.
Was that them? We'll fact check this right now.
Okay. Terminator anime. Terminator Zero anime. It was animated by... Oh, it's Skydance. Oh, Production IG.
Oh, so I'm just very wrong.
You're just very wrong.
Dumb.
Just Production IG and Netflix Animation.
Yeah, no, I'm just dumb. That's all it is. But didn't they also do, like, an episode of, like, Star Wars? Like, the new Star Wars,
all the Star Wars shorts. Yeah. A bunch of different productions did that.
Okay, I'm not crazy about that, at least. They did do one of
Yeah.
those.
No, they did.
But that's fair. That's, like an anthology little thing.
Yeah,
so,
no, they've
like,
been getting paid to do a lot more, like actual brand stuff. Which makes me think they're, like, saving up money to actually, like,
do
make something.
Big. I wonder what, though, because, like, not like Western brand stuff. The last thing they've done is Dungeon Meshi.
That's the only manga they've ever animated, which is crazy.
Which is interesting to me, because Dungeon Meshi, like, there's that story you always tell me where, like, the authors are literally bored making it.
Yeah.
Or not the authors, the animators.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't have very much going on.
Yeah. They got really bored making that anime. So, like, well, I don't know if all of them did, but there is an interview where some of the, like, lead production guy was like, oh yeah, it's very boring. It's not really challenging me or making me do, like, crazy perspectives or, like, basically it's not giving me arthritis, so, like, what the fuck.
Yeah, I'm still glad that they made it, though. That's such a good fucking anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good manga, too, because, like, Julio made me read it in, like, a day.
Yeah.
Julio made me read it in, like, 2 days.
Yeah. I read it after I finished the anime, and I'm like, alright, perfect. And I was surprised I got to the end. I'm surprised there's an ending.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like, by that, too, because, like, there's also the dumb story that Julio always says where it's like, oh yeah, the reason the author ended it is she wanted to go play Baldur's Gate 3.
And
because it ended just around the time Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Yeah, and it that's kind of funny, because he asked me, hey, do you think that the manga's ending was rushed at all? And I'm like, no. I'm like, well, there's some, like, there's some like side stuff they could have answered, but it ended perfectly fine. At least I think so.
Yeah, no, I think it ended like good. Like I don't know, like for me, it's like yeah, not all side stuff has to be answered per se.
yeah, of course. So it's just like, yeah, no, I thought it was probably way better than I would have expected. Um, Actually, speaking of Trigger, um, Panty and Stocking, new
Season
season
two.
finally. It got teased at Anime Expo like 2-3 years ago, and then
I
they
thought it was this year it got
and
teased
it
again here.
it's been getting teased for a bit, and then now I think the last Anime Expo they actually like showed like a little promo thing and everything because I think it's like ready now. Well, I mean, it is ready now because it's literally coming out next year. And usually, especially with Trigger, when stuff's like done being animated, and I think right now it's just mainly cleanup and like stuff like that.
Here's my big question. Do you think it's gonna be good?
The new Panty and Stocking,
Mm-hmm.
that's tough, cause
Because it's been like 14 years since it's come out.
yeah, um,
It came out October 2nd, 2010.
yeah, I don't know, cause back then, the internet was a lot meaner. Uh, like a lot of media back then was a lot meaner, and media as a whole kind of mellowed out since then. Um, there's very few animes I can think of that are just mean, and not mean in like the sense of just like raunchy and shit like that. It's just like no, like the entire point of them. I mean, the entire point of it. I don't remember if this is true or not, but the entire point of it was a bunch of Japanese guys got high, were watching Drawn Together, and they were like, "We can make that," and then they made Panty and Stocking. Either that, I could just be misquoting someone. Either or, I think that's funny as fuck. But as a whole, now, actually, you know what? With all like the gratuitous sex jokes and everything, I think it'll be fine. Cause, I mean, Has Been Hotel is a thing, and people love the shit out of that. Hopefully, it's better
That's
than
true.
that, but that's not much competition.
I was gonna say, like, the last time I remember this much hype for an anime coming back after a while was The Devil is a Part Timer.
Oh yeah, they just got a second
And
season out of nowhere, and people were like,
out of
"Huh?"
nowhere, yeah. And people didn't like it, and I think a part of the reason is people just outgrew it.
Yeah.
Like, like a lot of them were like watching it like when they were younger, like in their 20s or like when they were teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, what add like 10 years to that, and they're like now, like they're now like if they were teenagers, they're like in their 20s. 30-year-olds are like 20-year-olds are in their 30s. 30-year-olds are in their 40s.
Yeah.
Like your comedy changes, your tastes change.
Well, like not even just
So
our comedy. It's like the anime, like sort of space is comedy changes as time
hmm,
progresses.
yeah,
And you just kind of have to acclimate to that. I mean, some stuff is timeless. Some stuff does change. Well, that's the thing. Comedy, anime, or just comedy in general. That's one of the things that is definitely something that gets stuck in its own time.
yeah.
Cause like some stuff back then like does not fly now, or it's just like it's like nothing now. Um, and then yeah, it it's definitely will it be good? Probably. You know what? I'll probably have like my favorite episode, but will I like it as a whole all the way? Maybe not.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll just have to
really.
wait and see. Really.
Like, you know, I hope it's good
Mm-hmm.
that and people don't end up disappointed by it.
Yeah.
But you just never know. Like
You
you
just
never
never
know,
know.
like what happened
Mhm.
because, like, think about it. It took them 10 years
10 years.
to make it. Like, what were they up to all those 10 years?
Well, they were too busy working.
I was just saying, hold on. Look, I forgot. Let me see their release stuff. What did they release within that time period? Actually,
A lot.
okay.
When was Penny
so
Stocking? Also, they
it was
weren't.
2010. Oh wait, they weren't the ones to do it. Someone else did.
Yeah, it was
didn't
Gynax.
they? Gynax. Is Gynax still around? Or are they gone?
No, they were gone.
What happened to them? What happened to Gynax? What happened to?
They ran out of money.
Oh yeah, I
They,
forgot.
they they ran out of money. Essentially, they shut down. If I remember correctly, I don't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure they ran out of money. They shut down. Um, and a lot of the old production like staff like left and then started
Yeah,
Studio
well,
Trigger. And their smash hit or like their starting hit was Little Witch Academia. Like
that was good. I loved Little Witch.
Yeah.
Little Witch Academia.
Yeah, they did Little Witch Academia because they got all
And
that
then
funding
Kill la Kill.
from Kickstarter.
Was that a Kickstarter?
That was a Kickstarter.
project?
I remember.
Oh my god, I didn't know. I don't follow Kickstarters
Yeah.
very much. I probably should. But
Little Witch Academia is
I
a
don't.
Kickstarter anime.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then also around that time they were working on an anime which was Kill la Kill. And then there's another
Good
anime that
anime.
they were just releasing on YouTube to just throw shit out there, which was Inferno Cop.
Dude, I'm looking at this anime tracking site, and it has like stuff that is like to be announced under it. Inferno Cop 2,
Yeah,
along with Dungeon Meshi, is to be announced sometime
sometime.
soon.
They're probably just putting it out there just to put it out there, but realistically,
So, someone at Trigger really just wants to do Inferno Cop, and you know what? Keep going, man. Keep going, whoever wants Inferno Cop to just have something.
keep going. The like 6 Inferno Cop fans left in this universe.
We
But
believe
yeah,
you're
no.
out there, Inferno Cop fans. We believe you.
You know,
What
overall,
else have they made?
I'm glad that they're starting to make manga. Oh, but we were talking about what have they done in between Panty and Stocking since then?
They made one of
Uh,
my least favorite things ever to exist.
Darling and the Franks.
Darling in the
Darling
Franxx.
and the Franks.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Darling and the Franks was so bad I didn't even finish it.
I saw the first 13 episodes, like a lot of people, and thought
2018
it's-
was literally their worst year.
yeah, because the only other thing that came out was SS Gridman,
Mm-hmm.
which is rated slightly, at least on the site I'm using, rated slightly better than Darling in the Franxx, but it's not.
Darling
much
and the
better.
Franks is so bad. I don't know why the fuck they're doing that.
But you know what? The next year, next year they released Paramore, which I liked. I liked Paramore.
Next week they release Paramore. Yeah. So they were like, oh yeah, we knew. Ah, fuck, we did get kind of mid there. It pissed me off, cause that anime got popular because people were like, oh, she has such thick thighs, and I'm like, no, she doesn't.
Thick thighs.
The fuck are you talking about? She looks like every fucking other anime girl. Get out of my face.
Look, as someone who likes mechs, I didn't even like the mechs in it.
I didn't even like the mechs in it. The mechs in it sucked.
Yeah. It's like,
And I'm perfectly fine with humanoid mechs, but those aren't mechs.
no,
Those
so
are
am
just
I.
anime girls.
They're just anime girls, basically. Yeah. It's like the only thing I'll take like to mechs, even slightly resembling anime girls, are just like I think they're armed girls, which are basically just Gunpla, but they're like just like girls with guns, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the closest thing I'll take. Never made one. Want to make one, but man, every time I go to the store, they're expensive.
They're expensive,
So, no.
and then you look at it and you're like, I'd rather it just be a big robot if I'm paying that much.
I'd rather just I'd rather just buy a Gunpla model. And then like after that, not much really. They made Brand New Animal, which I'll be honest, I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it,
Maybe one day I'll watch
Maybe
it.
one day. but
They made Star Wars Vision 2021 along with what the SSS Di. I'm not even trying to pronounce it. Nope, I can't. It's
Dionazon.
Dionazon. God, I'm bad at reading. I need
Oh no, sorry, it's
another-
Dyna Xenon.
Xeon.
No.
Oh god, the Xeon are attacking. The Xeon are attacking Jay.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, other than
Alright.
that, then it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and then Gridman Universe, and then Delicious in Dungeon. And now they're working on Painting and Stalking, which
What is this? What is this other thing that they're working on this year? Oh wait, did they make a music video?
they've done some music videos.
Because I'm looking at it's called.
Chocolate
Chocolate-
Cadabra.
What is this? This looks
Sure hope this doesn't open up a. Okay, it did not. Thank goodness.
a short film to celebrate Lotus Chocolate Business 60th anniversary.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a little.
Why
ad.
does the main girl look like the anime I'm in love with the villainess?
Hold on,
If you see the, are you looking at the front album cover for Chocolate Cadabra?
yeah.
The front girl looks like the I'm in love with the villainess girl.
Let me see here. Oh, yep, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's her hair is just slightly, ever so slightly brighter.
Ever so slightly brighter.
Ever so slightly brighter. That's it.
Ever so slightly brighter. Whatever.
All right.
It's like when people talk about Genshin Impact characters, and they're dark, but when people draw them, they're like white. And people are like, "What are you talking about? They're only a little shade brighter. What do you guys? You guys need to calm down."
Look, man, I ain't bringing up the skin. I'm bringing up the damn hair. Jeez. What? I mean, I'm trying to think. What's a random like IP property you would want to see Trigger make?
Trigger, make an IP. There's a lot of anime that I would rather have had Trigger animate rather than what they got. Do I know any off the top of my head? Of course I don't. But no, there are some. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who's the person that animated Attack on Titan. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that can't think of the production company. I
'Cause I think Mappa did it later on. I don't know if they did it at the beginning, but let me take a quick
honestly,
look at
if it was
anything.
me, in charge of stuff, almost every anime would be animated by either Trigger or Bones.
All right. The first season was done by Wit Studio.
Okay, I don't think they're good actually.
Oh, you don't like Wit Studio?
I'm pretty sure Wit Studios had some bad ones.
They've had some bad ones, yeah, but like they also had like some good ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because their first thing was Attack on Titan,
Okay.
And they did it up to, let me see, they did that one. They did that. I think they did it up to like the third season, and then it transition. Unless I'm wrong, and I'm thinking of something else, but I'm pretty sure there was a transition at one point.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find it. What year did the new season of Attack on Titan come out?
Whatever.
I'll look it up in the
I'm
meantime. While we talk about
it
something
just okay. It just wasn't Trigger, and I don't know. Some part I remember some parts of Attack on Titan and stuff like that being very like stilted to me, or some parts just didn't look good, even in the Blu-ray release.
else.
But I think it just had to be with the fact that they had to like cut some stuff for time, which is fine, but still. Other than that, basically like a good chunk of like action anime I wish was animated by like Trigger or Bones. Oh, I know
Hmm.
who. I fucking Dragon Ball Super. As silly as Dragon Ball is, I I don't like Toei animation. Toei animation fucking sucks. Like, I mean, I get it. It's not made for like entertainment. It's made for production. It's made to just
I'll say RP One
pop
Piece.
it out there. Oh, is One Piece Toei animation? Oh, that's
One
probably where all
Piece
their
is
that's probably
Toei
where all their budget
animation.
goes to then.
It might be. It might be since they've been doing it since like the 90s.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, because the only other anime I could think of is like Mob Psycho 100. Uh, but Bones already animates that, so I don't need to replace that. Um, maybe. Heck. Actually, for the most part, everything's fine. There are some anime that just have a shit season two. Oh, I know which one. Fucking One Punch Man. Get like
Yeah.
why the fuck did One Punch Man have to be the one to get the oh yeah we're fucking around with 3D models. I mean, Japan has been fucking around with 3D models this whole time. It's just people
Yeah.
haven't been
No,
noticing.
they've been.
Um, like every Studio Ghibli movie has 3D models in it. You just aren't paying attention unless you're watching Spirited Away. Uh, and you realize, oh, the mom and dad's car that they're driving to the place to is just a 3D model that they're like tracing over. Uh, and it does look like that. But it's fine because at the time you thought, oh, it's cool as fuck. Um, but oh my goodness, they just wanted One Punch Man to get out of production, which sucked. Which sucked. I feel like that killed One Punch Man. And the fact that like after that, one just kind of stopped writing the manga as fast as he used to.
Yeah, because for One Punch Man, I remember when it came out, like, a lot of people were talking about it and, like, loved it. And then season 2 came out and then just nothing.
Well, I feel like the other reason why
Like,
One Punch Man is probably not continuing is because P- his better work, Mob Psycho 100, started getting popular. And then they animated it, and they kept his original art style for the most part. And it looks great, and everyone loves it. Uh, and people kind of realized, oh, One Punch Man and Mob Psycho are pretty similar. And not even in the sense of, oh, my main character's overpowered. How do I work on that? How do I work through that in a writing way? Um, it's in the sense that some of them sometimes they act in very similar ways. While like Saitama is like very confident and very like knows who he is and knows what he wants, and Mob is not, and he
He's
kind
like
of
the
lets people
opposite
walk
of
all
that.
over him.
Hmm.
It comes from like this weird thing where it's just like Mob's character needs to be overpowered because it makes sense for his character arc, whereas Saitama being overpowered, the joke is that he cannot have a character arc because he cannot struggle.
He's too strong. Yeah.
And so his arc is more of an emotional one. But you're then competing with Mob, who is a kid who is having also his emotional arc, but his emotional arc also comes from the fact that he's scared of the danger he poses onto others. But Saitama knows who he is and knows what he wants and knows the danger he poses onto others. So his growth is more of a finding himself.
Mm-hmm. Because with Mob, you get two things that like lead him to do what he does. It's the fact that like he knows how powerful he is,
Mm-hmm.
and the other thing that like affects his character is the fact, yeah, he's just a kid growing up, and like, was he middle school?
He's just a kid. He's middle school, I
He's
think.
just a middle schooler, yeah.
No, isn't he freshman? He's no, because he has a high schooler outfit, isn't he? That black outfit.
Age 14.
Age 14. Yeah, he's high schooler.
All right.
Yeah, he's a freshman. Or however Japanese like school system works.
It still confuses me sometimes. Yeah.
We watch so many anime, you still don't know how it fucking works, even though they talk about it so much.
Especially because I watch so many slice of life anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, still don't know.
Why are they all taking place in high school? That's why my favorite romance anime takes place when they're in college, because I'm cool.
Honestly, I think I've only ever seen 2 anime where it mostly just takes place. Actually, wait, I don't even think this one takes place in college. Hold on, let me fact check this real quick with how.
Let me fact
No,
check
never
this real
mind.
quick.
This one does not take place. Oh no, I do have one that takes place in college. It's Mansion Ikoku. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's Rumiko's like 4th work that was turned into an anime that we still need to watch.
Okay.
And I like the premise of that one because the premise is he wants to get into college, but he keeps failing his tests.
Oh. Okay.
He keeps failing because one part he just sucks at school. 2, his like the people he shares a house with in like the it's like a share house.
Yeah.
The people he shares the house with are all just horrible people that harass him all the time. They just always harass him. I'll show you that soon.
Yeah.
But go on with what you were saying about like Mob and like college age romance.
That's a very weird connection of 2 subjects to put on next to me. But
you connected it.
we're talking about because we were talking about high school. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, no. Why are animes all in high school? Why does every Japanese piece of media need to be? I know why. It's because it's like 1, it appeals to high schoolers, but 2, it also appeals to people who want to think about simpler times of being a kid, even though those simpler times were them worrying about fucking exams all the damn time and shit like that.
Exams.
That doesn't matter.
What? That's why they're so fictional and they never focus on like homework and stuff.
That's true. Unless it's like an actually like serious anime, like I don't know. Are there any? I guess some.
Serious high school ones?
Is there a serious high school ones? I don't think so.
Like where it's just
I
like,
guess
we
Clannad.
need to focus-
Clannad's like the only serious high school anime I could ever think of.
The only like one I could think of where like it gets serious is like, and it's not even like It's like a side plot too about it. It's March comes in like a lion. Like there is a part where it does focus on one of the characters in high school for a little bit because spoiler for March comes in like a lion. Uh, One of the characters is getting like horribly bullied, and they talk about like the vicious cycle that bullying is,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not gonna lie, for an anime it was very unexpected because apparently bullying is just like not like very addressed in Japan, like at all.
Yeah.
Like, so I just didn't expect because like they took a very like serious approach. It was like 2 or 3 episodes like they talked about it. So like, and it's very like a dramatic turn because the anime is about the main character playing shogi
Yeah.
and trying to become like one of the best players at it and like his mental struggle, and then we got to like one of the other characters in his life and like what she's going through and her mental struggle. It's very good. Like it is not for everyone. It is very slow at times. It is very like boring if you cannot get invested in the characters or the premise. But it does, to me, it has like a pretty like nice animation style that I like, and for me personally, I do like the characters and like what they're going through, so it is appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not for everyone. Like if you like a pretty like slow like premise and paced anime, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I like it.
All right then.
But I wanna I just wanna say something from Attack on Titan earlier. I was right. The studio changed after season 3. It went from Wit Studio to Mappa for its
Okay.
final season,
Okay.
which has now been. You have final season part 2, final season, the final chapters, final season, the final chapters 2.
God, that's just. I would have just waited like 6 years. Just wait 6 years. That's fine. Whatever.
Well, I think the manga had ended by then. I don't know why they kept breaking it up into so many like parts. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
because of that. It's because of them breaking it into parts. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people dropped it. I'm just like, whew, I'm gonna wait till everything is final.
Yeah, just end it. Just make it final. Fucking, it's too much.
Mhm.
It's too much when you're just fucking throwing final season and chapters into everything. I'll eventually watch it someday.
Someday, whatever. All right.
Someday, yeah.
I think it's a good time to end it here. We'll end it on a good note. We'll end it on a good note by announcing animes coming next month. Or I guess this month when this episode comes out. Anime's coming out in
it's the
September
31st.
that we are excited about. It's gonna be a slow month. It's gonna be a very slow month. Well, one,
The fall
because
season starts.
My Hero Academia, I think it's gonna be the final season.
Oh yeah, I think
is still
it
coming
might
out
be.
episode by episode. So September's just gonna be about My Hero Academia at the beginning, unless we have the, let's see, what is that called? The one Lockdown Zone Level X fan at the beginning of September. But at the end of September, we get a special treat. Uzumaki, the animated horror Junji Ito, like shorts. It's gonna be 4 episodes. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have fun with it. Hopefully, it's good. I don't think it'll be bad. It's animated by Studio Drive.
It's a little worrying because of like past animated Jujutsu stuff, but I mean, from all the promotional stuff, it looks good. So I'm really hoping it comes out good.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'll hope for the best. And yeah, that's gonna be all the anime from next month. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Um, As for anything else,
Most of the stuff for the fall season doesn't come out until like October, really.
yeah, that's true. So
Well,
yeah, anime for next month, Uzumaki essentially.
well, has there been anything you've been watching recently, Jay? Just to end up on, and maybe we could talk about it next week of like what we've been watching.
Let's see. I've been watching. What have I been watching? I've been watching just My Hero for the most part. Just episode by episode. And then frick. Jay from the future here. Did you hear that? Yeah, that's a bad answer to that question. My real answer is I've been reading What Happens Inside of the Dungeon. It's 141 chapters. It's quick. It's simple. It's an adult manga, so read at your own risk.
I guess I'll say what I've been watching. I've been watching My Dear Friend Nokotan, which I want to show you because it is absolutely stupid in the best way possible. I love it. Plus Size Elf, which I've been wanting to watch with you because I have some problems with it, and I want to see if you can see what I have problems with it.
Okay.
And then something that I think another one that I think you'll like because it's good, but it's in like a slightly painful way to me, which is there are too many losing heroines. That one has some very, what's the word? I don't even know how to describe it actually, but I don't want to show you just so you can see what I'm talking about. Other than that, that's all I've been watching.
Okay. So yeah.
And just upcoming, we're probably gonna do more news stuff.
More news stuff.
I'm gonna be doing VTuber news. We're ending it here, but there is some good VTuber news and some really bad VTuber news that happened. Maybe we'll be able to record another episode soon and get it out.
Maybe. Or more drama will happen. And
I mean, we got some big stuff, Jay, that happened like yesterday, but
we can end it on big drama VTuber news. Why not?
well, it's not even drama. It's just sad news, and it's sad news. People that are experiencing it right now, as of August 31st, 2024. You know what I'm talking about. Aqua from Hololive has graduated. A very old member of, I believe, 6 years, a Gen 2 member, has graduated. And it was literally announced just earlier this month. She had her final graduation, I believe, the 28th. And it became the most watched VTuber event in history. At its peak, at least from the article I saw, it was like a little over 700,000 people watching. I saw a tweet where like it said 900,000. I get to confirm that or not. But as of the 31st of August, it's at 6 million views right now. Her final graduation.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy. She's been in the game for a long time. I'll go over some of her accomplishments next week, but I just wanted to get that news out there of like what's happening like around the time of this recording.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's about good.
And that's the end.
That's the end. Is everyone?
We're gonna try to do this bi-weekly, just so we gather news.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good pace, not too frequent and not too long.
Yeah, that's about right.
Of a wait. So I hope to see you guys next week for another Anime Club meeting.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.